Hey, what's up guys? How is everyone doing? It has been a very long time that I've been waiting for this day. It is the 16th of June 2017, the day I finished secondary school. It's been a long 5 years. I've just finished my last exam. It was physics. It went fairly well, thank you for asking. But you know what? I'm really glad that all of that is behind me now. It was a lot of hard work, a lot of time spent in education. Let's say I started around 5 or 3, I can't even remember. But that is saying 10 to 12 years of education all leading up to this point, so it's a pretty important time. And by the way, that over there is Mr. Snuggles. He is absolutely awesome. I sleep with him every day. I'm a player, as you can tell, but overall, through school, it's been a huge ride. There have been lots of ups, of course lots of downs as well, more downs than ups, I would say, during my time in secondary school, but that's all okay because it's all done now. I would be lying if I told you that I wasn't counting down to this day, June 16, when school is over. I mean, there have been days in school where I felt like it's just been endless. I've been in school forever. And now it's over, and I'm looking back, and it feels like it really hasn't been that long. 5 years, once you've finished the 5 years, is really short. Which is absolutely crazy, just to see how time passes. It puts so many things in perspective. It's pretty crazy, it's pretty mind-blowing. I'm going through it for the first time, so, it is pretty crazy. All throughout school, I think it's pretty obvious now, I wasn't very happy with it. I just felt like they didn't make good decisions for us and things like that, which I'll go into a little bit later. But I just think that's kind of regular teenage moodiness, looking back on it. Sure, it was bad, I'm not playing that down, but, in the big picture, it's really not that bad. I think looking back at it, there have been a lot of times where I let myself down just because I wasn't confident enough to speak for myself. It's getting better. I'm not going to say I'm perfect with confidence now. Obviously, I'm speaking face to face with a camera, which is amazing considering how shy I used to be, but still, standing up for myself and really just doing what I think is right would have helped me out a lot in secondary school. So I'm hoping I can do that a little bit more in real life. Obviously, it's much easier looking at a camera or a laptop or something like that, but when you actually go out into the real world, and if you can do it, I respect you for that, because it takes courage, it takes a lot to know what you're worth and be able to sort of stand up for yourself in that way. I think it's pretty respectable. Going all throughout school, I took it really seriously, which I think was a mistake because, especially in year 7 and 8 when you start secondary school, and even before that, this is your time to really just do whatever you want, this is your free time, you're never gonna have it again, right? So to think that I've always been focusing on exams and always been stressing about getting a higher level, I'm not too happy about it. I mean, obviously it's done now and I'm really happy with it overall, but, I think it would have been better to take things easier, let's stop stressing about all the exam stuff. Of course, I started my GCSEs in year 9. That is when it's okay, that is when it's okay to stress. Definitely, I was stressing out, but I enjoyed it, I was doing business, I was doing geography. Those are two subjects I absolutely love, and I'd love to do them again in 6th form if I go. So I'm really looking forward to that. Those are, studying the subjects that you enjoy, it's completely different to doing other things that you don't enjoy too much. You look forward to each lesson. Every day is an enjoyment, which is a really nice feeling, especially in school, because it's so refreshing. That did kind of drop though in year 10, which was my second last year of school, and it's because we were meant to do our exams again early compared to the rest of the nation, pretty much. But we had a new management system in the school, and they pretty much took that GCSE system down. So we were in the middle of revising and studying for those exams, and then they just took it all down. And that was a huge demotivation. I've been speaking to a lot of other people. We should have done those exams because we kind of deserved it. We've been working really hard. But you know what? It was so demotivating for me that I just stopped. I couldn't be bothered with school anymore. I lost a lot of my motivation, and I put that effort into YouTube. So this is late year 10. As you can imagine, my grades started reflecting that lack of effort I put into school and, moving that effort over to YouTube. I think it's been alright though, personally for me, I like the way it played out. I would prefer to put all of my effort in YouTube, and looking back, I think I should have done more during year 7 and 8. But looking back on everything I've achieved, I still feel like the school system isn't that good. I like it overall. I'm gonna touch on that later, but I feel like they focus on the wrong things, you know, everything's about exams and just getting higher marks and things like that, and okay, it disciplines you, you learn about life and things like that, but not nearly as much as I think you should. You know, I've been reading books, you guys saw there's one book here, this one's a pretty good book if you're interested in the, well, I'm not going to go into it, just search it up. You know, in my time reading books, I've learned a lot more practical knowledge and I've come into a lot more success than I think what school would have led me to, especially at this age. You know, school is just preparing you for uni and then 9 to 5 and then retirement, which is fine, you know, if that's what you like, good for you. I just, you know, the way I see it, if it makes you happy and it doesn't harm anyone, do it. Just do it, you know? But it doesn't make me happy, so I'm doing something different, you know, like keeping in with what I believe. If it doesn't make me happy, I'll do something else which I enjoy, so long as it doesn't hurt anyone else, and that is my goal on this planet, I guess, in this life. But my point is, you know, when you take your own knowledge into your own hands, not just education, but knowledge itself, and you learn more and you progress yourself, especially reading books which aren't conventional, you know, forget about that physics book or whatever you like, unless you like physics, that's completely fine. But when you learn about something which is going to help you in real life, I think it's a lot more important. We need to be taught about, you know, things like working hard and determination and motivation is a huge deal, you know. Today there are so many people who feel like they have a lack of motivation because of school, and that was definitely me a little bit before, you know, even in year 11, shit, I was just down in terms of school. Really because of what happened in year 10, but also because I felt like I had more to do with YouTube. I felt more accepted in the community. Everyone's different, and you know what, it's a modern world, right? It doesn't make sense that we're still writing with pen and paper in schools. Like, no one does it outside of that profession. It just doesn't make sense. And because of that, I feel like school needs to play catch up before we can take it seriously. I'm holding a pen right now. Before we can take it seriously. But obviously the exam season came around. I'm in year 11, so this means I'm sitting all of my GCSE exams, and I've already done them now because it's my last day. But you know, a couple weeks before the exams, I realized I was going to disappoint a lot of people if I didn't achieve the grades I was supposed to. And by the way, that is like top A-star A grades, which you know what, looking at it, yeah, I could have done it. I could have gotten A-stars and A's. And to be honest, the deal with GCSEs is my history teacher said it really well. He said, you get out what you put in. And that's it, you know, it's directly proportional. The amount of work you put in and the grades you get, I think it's really that simple. You just work harder and you'll get better grades. It's that easy, you know. These past couple days, I haven't been doing much revision. I've started investing in different things, and you know, it's procrastination really at the end of the day. But I was supposed to be revising and I didn't, so I've been waking up early each day, you know, 5 o'clock in the morning. It's really good, by the way. I'd recommend you do it. And I've just been stuffing my brain with facts and knowledge that I need to know off by heart. You know, just repetition, the lowest level of learning, just recalling that information continuously. And that's all you need to do for GCSEs, to be honest. You just need to know it. There's not really much else to it. But of course I had to work harder so that I didn't disappoint the other people, which I know I don't want to disappoint. It's just like, that's the most negative feeling I could imagine, you know, disappointing other people who believed in me, especially since I set the bar so high with all of my previous dedication in school. So I'm not gonna get those grades, and I'm okay with that. I've accepted it, and I don't need them as far as I'm concerned. But obviously I did still try to do my best, still juggling other things like YouTube, which I think was completely fine, because at the end of the day, I think I'm still going to get decent grades, and it's not what's going to matter for me in the long run, the way I see it anyway. But now that it's all over, I think it actually went pretty well. I'm going to be going ahead and looking at my results when they come out around August. I'll be probably vlogging that. And on the note of vlogging, the OnePlus 5 is coming out very soon, the 20th of June, so that's 4 days from when I'm recording this video. And I was thinking of going there and vlogging it and picking it up right there, making a little vlog, first impressions video with hands-on, things like that. I think you guys might enjoy that. Let me know what you think if you want to see that. And of course the vlog on results day, just, you know, regardless of how good or bad it is, I want to put that out there because I still think that, you know, no matter what I get, it's going to be irrelevant for what I want to pursue in my life. So I thought I'd, you know, maybe make a results day video. It'd be pretty cool. I want to do a lot more vlogs as well, so let me know what you guys think about that. I've been asking for it for so long. And on that note of, you know, comment interaction, I'm thinking of doing a new Q&A soon. So if you have any questions, make sure you drop them in the comment section down below. I might do it, you know, as soon as I get enough questions. This has been at the end of the video, so I doubt many of you are still watching, but if you are an MVP, go ahead and write that in the comment section down below as well. Confuse the people who haven't been watching for too long. Oh yeah, so one more thing. I've started taking cold showers again. So a while back I did take a few cold showers. It was just an experimental thing. It did make me feel good, and that's the research behind it. It makes you feel good and energetic and all that stuff. And that was there, but you know, I'd say 5 or 10 days in of continuous daily cold showers, I felt the effects of it, but at the end of the day I felt like, okay, it's cool, but I just really want to go back to hot water again, which I did, and you know, I kind of broke that habit, but I feel like getting back into it, and that's what I've done today. So I did take a cold shower. It is absolutely terrible, I'll tell you that, but I think the disadvantages do kind of outweigh the advantages outweigh the disadvantages there. So I'd recommend that you look into it as well. It's just a nice little lifestyle change that you could look into. And of course, waking up early, you know, looking at all of these successful people, I'd say you're gonna find one thing in common with them. They have very, very strong habitual morning routines. They wake up early, they go for a jog, you know, they do something productive in a very early morning. And you know, don't use the excuse that you're a teenager so you can't do it, because so am I, and I've been doing it. And I think it's a really good lifestyle to get into. You know, I've been recommended it to a few people. Whether or not you take me seriously is up to you. I'm just saying it because, again, like I said in my previous video about material possessions, you can watch it by clicking somewhere there or something. Maybe if you hear it from me, it will change your mind. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'm out. Peace.